Hello there everyone, this is Neko here, getting ready to play Grounded 2. Alright, so I did a bit of work on grinding and gathering materials and all that. I did set up the top of the floor here. We are going to do some expanding and all that because as you can see here, we're kind of running out of room. It's kind of cramped, all that other fun stuff, and I would like to separate my stuff into better built, better setups. So my idea is we're going to set up a place so that I can set my nests on top of. We're going to set up some farms and we're going to set up a few other bits and bobs here and there. And basically what I'm looking at is I'm going to try and take over this entire hill here. So basically I'm going to expand all the way out to the edge of here, go around the edge to here, and then depending on how this goes, I may even take uh, all the way over to this edge here, just basically around this entire spot, all the way up and over to there. But for now, we're just going to start small. We're just going to do some building. Now, if I'm lucky, because we took out the mixer in the last episode, uh, we shouldn't have any raids. Whether or not we do, that is a different story. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on getting stuff moved around. If there is an attack, I'll just have to quickly rebuild, replace, and all that other fun junk. And hope that I can deal with it. So, right up in here. Now, I'm not sure how wide I'm going to make this or how much, or what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm just looking at expanding because we need it. Oops. Now, I'm sure at some point I'm thinking about experimenting with something because I do have a old computer that is outdated or kind of dead. So maybe I can set that up so that I can have a third person view. So basically, like I set up a spot for it to record over there, down over here, and then you guys get that perspective and you get to watch the foundations get placed down, you get to watch the building get plopped down, you get to watch the walls, this, that, all that other fun junk. And I gotta see if it will work that way. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna be sad and we'll just have to continue to stick with what we're doing right now. By the way, if you guys enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification. I try to show tips, tricks, helpful hints, and all that throughout my playthroughs, although... Stupid ladybug. Although sometimes when it comes to a new game, I'm still learning about what I need to do, how to do it. So tips, tricks from you guys would be appreciated also. Now, over here, I'm thinking of making this area my little garage area. In other words, this is where I'm going to set my nest. Then we're going to put some pillars and a few other bits and bobs here and stack it up and then put a roof over the top of it. So that way they don't get rained on, their nest doesn't get rained on. And then on top of that, we'll put food. So it's like we'll grow the food on top of them, grow any resources we need up there. So we can take care of that and then pretend we're feeding them. Like that. I also would like to use, other things in the process. Mostly for looks. I'm drawing a blank right now, because my brain is just like, alright. So yeah, we still need to go up a little bit, and that's in the way. Gotta love when things are in your way. I know I do. Yeah, kind of figured that would be in the way. But the other thing is I could, with doing that perspective, I could actually simply just time lapse it, and then basically as I build, I can be like, okay, tell you guys what I was doing and all that, instead of just like, I don't know. instead of just being a slow build process like this and trying to figure out and plan things out and have oops and trying to have things work. It's like uh it just bleh. My brain is just like having issues, but either way, it's like I could describe and all that. I still gotta improve on there, make that look like a raid worthy base. In other words, upgrade the stairs to like acorns, upgrade uh the other structures and this and that and all that fun stuff. I would like to use curves and other things in the process, so I probably will try and do that too. I'm gonna have to chop that down. Another thing is I hope they improve the building. Building would be appreciated because like when I'm planning out like what I'm doing right now, I don't want to have to delete things in order to rebuild those things. So it'd be nice if the super build builds everything rather than just some of it or whatever's convenient. Now, I don't know if I have enough clay and other stuff nearby. Whoop. We do not have enough pebbles, so we'll have to worry about pebbles at a later date. But we are going to want to make sure that this comes up at a reasonable rate, which means we're going to need stairs. Around all right, that the wall's in the way, otherwise I would. Oh neat, you can run hell of a fast. But yeah, the wall's in the way, so we're gonna have to adjust that. But for now, we're just going to try and plan as much of this as possible. I could save some room and simply make it where the outer edges are down on the ground, so that way I'm not having to rebuild stuff like this, but for now we'll just leave it alone. And I might just actually stack what I might do is screw it, come up here, build a little spiral for this. In other words, we'll build this 2 floors high, and I am gonna add a whatever you call it here, a half wall. I want to add a half wall to this at least, so that way this is we have a little bit of height room jumping. Because if I stand here, you can see even with the being low on the ground, we jump pretty high. Actually, let's see how high we jump. We might need a bit of a more than a half wall, but we're not going to be jumping inside here, so I think a half wall will work. Now, some other things I would like to see besides that is some more building things. I am going to buy some decorations and a few other bits and bobs here, like this. You know what? Probably should just buy this just to buy it. I mean, realistically. So, oh, some other things I would love to see them add in the process, though, is, you know how we have milk molars? And we have max health, max stamina, hunger, healing, max mutations. And we have the mega. I would like to see something like this, or mutations, where like survival you have, or they have another tab. Oh yes, that's what I want. Mutations loadouts. What I would love to see. Oh wait, there are more. Oh, oh, that's awesome. But wait. There's more? Hold on a second here. I already took that one out. Do these recover after a certain amount of time? Hmm. That is something to keep an eye out. Speaking of, I gotta still explore a lot of this area. I still have quite a bit of areas to explore, but if that respawns, I might have to go play with that because I actually was not expecting this. Because if I can increase damage dealt to creatures on my turf, that's going to be great. But based on this, I'm assuming this means that we're still going to have raids. Now, I really hope they add in building into this mutations. And some things they can add to it is reduced material cost for building, increased durability of buildings. So it's like when you're building stuff like this, you could have a mutation where you're so good at building that you have durability, or the durability of your equipment or whatever is significantly stronger. Right. I've been running around talking and doing all this other fun stuff. Anyways, we are going to move things around a little bit. I do want to change up the walls and other fun bits here and then, bobs here and there in the process. Interesting. So if we do this, and this is what I mean by pillars and stuff, which actually we have stem, we have that, and we have pebblet. I might have to look at the designs of this.
Feat of miniature engineering, that one.
Admittedly, I like the stem one the best. Stone is not too bad, but what about stacking it on? I don't know if I'll go with that, but hey, something to keep an eye on out.
This counts as research, right?
Right. Need to go dump this somewhere. Okay, so half walls. We have them in here. And I hope they add in some more building types or stuff into here. So if I put that there, and if I come up and around here, and let's move that right there. Oh, not right there. Really? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's the correct spot. So, looking at a half wall here. Yes, half wall is it. Admittedly, I wish we could change the design of this so that this would be flush like this. So maybe they give us 1.5 walls, or allow us the option to combine this into a single setup. That would be real nice. Whoop. Let me up. That's part of poor designing, though, on my choice. Alright. We need to add some half walls. Yep. There we go. Really? I'm hoping I have enough stems and other things to be able to afford the ability to build. Oh, that's something I didn't think about. I don't think there's half wall, stairs. Hmm. That's another thing I would love to see them give is a half spiral stairs. So cut this like in half or have it so it's like basically one of these, because I would like to slap it on right there and then have it come up to this. That would be really appreciated. So hopefully as they continue to add to the game, they add in things like that, because that will be really nice. Oops, that's facing the wrong way. There we go. So we are going to want to move all of this up. And we are going to want to... Where are the steps? Can we, oops. I think the best I can get away with is this. Oops. And then we should be able to move that right there. No. The texture doesn't look the same and it doesn't match up. Nope. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Awesome. We're gonna have to do this. A little bit of an up and a little bit of an up like this. And that will get us up to the halfway point, which that's good enough. Oops. So we can move that right over there. We can move this over here. No. Right. We gotta move this up higher because we gotta set up walls. Which actually, you know what? If we're gonna be, we're gonna have a half wall. No, actually, no. We are gonna just keep it like that. That's the one thing fun about building on the fly. We're gonna need to keep that open, so this can go right there. Perfect. Now this can be right there. We can add in a half wall. Then we can add in a full wall, which is going to be this. I may have to recycle. Okay. I may have to recycle. I'm gonna have to recycle a few of these in the process. One thing they do allow is the ability to just mega build. So you can just slap down a bunch real quick like that. Oops. Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to redo quite a few of these, which is fine. But once you have everything planned out, you'll be able to quickly build like that. And that's gonna be real helpful. Oops. We just need to get, and I will be putting windows and other things in the process, and ooh, we need to get some water. Yeah, baby. Thankfully it only takes one stem for all of these, but we're definitely not going to have enough to build everything I want to build. We're definitely not going to have enough pine needles. Woo! Gotta love that. Right. If we're gonna have a roof like that, that should be fine. We are gonna need some water. Yeah, baby. Nope. That needs to go on there. And screw it. We are gonna just jump up onto here. And we're just gonna take this and just start slapping it everywhere we need to. And then from there we'll throw in whatever else, and we are going to be building out that way, so I am going to be changing the roof up a little bit over here, but in the meantime we'll worry about it later. We just need to get started on things. We're going to go right there. Whoop. Need some half walls.
This counts as research, right?
Which right here. Wait. Huh. I can't zoop these? Yes, I said zoop because what was the game? Satisfactory. They call it zooping. And I really like that. That was actually a really nice touch with those. So yeah, they definitely gonna probably be adding in a lot more as time goes on. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain. But you can see this is kind of why I also want to be able to set up a thing so that way I can just simply just get everything, show you guys everything from a third-person view rather than a first person like this. Personally, I don't think we should use a stem because these use one and these are using one. It's like this, although I guess it is a half wall, so half of one rounded up is one. But how much? 3, 4, and that, okay, so yeah, I guess it is half, but it feels like this is not a half wall, but a fourth of a wall. Either way, we're gonna have this higher up. We're gonna have more room. We're gonna have a better second story. We're gonna add in a parking lot and a few other bits. All right. We just need to make sure we don't, like, accidentally destroy our stuff.
I am desiccating at an incredible pace.
Or die of thirst. Hopefully we got some water over... Dang it. Dang it. I do know we got some water up here.
I can feel my cells rehydrating.
Perfect. Definitely a mess here. Are you... Okay. I should be able to sleep just fine. We'll see if there's a raid or if the mixer thing gets fixed. It's been a couple of days since I've taken it out and I have not seen any notifications saying, hey, blah, 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 blah. Definitely need to move stuff around. I thought... Oh well, we'll move that one there. Get that out of the way. definitely gonna have to get things settled and moved all over the place. uh, Oops, that's not placed in the right spot. This is also why I was wanting to set up a third-person view, because you get issues like this where things are in the way and screwing with your view, and it's like, really? Alright. Unsupported? What do you mean unsupported? Alright. Ah, really? There we go. Still in the way. We're gonna hopefully get at least a decent amount of this set up and ready to go. Woo! Gotta be careful there. Right over here. There we go. Alright. I think I just screwed up and knocked out a chunk of my roof. Yay! That's probably a decent amount of resources that just went to waste. And that's another thing that would be, I know we get 100% resources back, but in the event your stuff gets destroyed, I would like to see, like, maybe some protection guards against that. So it's like what I just did here with accidentally destroying some of my stuff. I would like to be able to, like, get some of it back, because it really sucks when you lose a lot of material and you want it, and then basically you have to go through and regrind for everything again, and it's just like, that sucks. And it's not fun, especially if it's an accident, and then it's like you either deal with it or reload the game, and it's like your choice. And for me, since I'm already so far into it, I'm just gonna deal with it, because admittedly I could probably get it all done quickly and efficiently again. I just kind of don't want to. Yep. Is that? Yes, okay. Now there's a corner. Now we need another corner. And then we need another one over here, which looks like we've got a couple over here. We're gonna need one. Oh, maybe I didn't destroy. If I didn't, I'll be happy. If I did, I'll be sad. That's in the wrong spot. Yeah, baby. But for now, let's just get this all moved up, all out of moved, and we're gonna have to get a bed. Did I accidentally destroy that? I don't actually know. I didn't, because there's one being used right over there, which I don't think I need. I think, but I could be wrong. Come on. We're just going to just set this up. And this is gonna look real nice eventually. Now, I don't know if I'll keep doing episodes on this because I am running out of stuff to do. At least, I think I am. If you want to see other things or you want to see more building or see me continue with some things, just let me know. I'll try to get it all done and try to show more stuff. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we might actually have everything we need. That's actually going to be nice. Really? Double, really? No, not that. Now down that one. And actually make sure. Perfect. Okay, so that's all up. We need to add one more right here.
Little elbow grease and ingenuity, as Grandpa says.
Perfect. I am gonna have to get on the roof so I can fix that one. I thought I might have accidentally destroyed my stuff. Guess not. That's awesome. Yep. Last spot there. I am gonna throw in another little piece. Basically, I'm gonna throw in some of this right here, just so that that I have a bit of a flat roof on the inside. And then from there, realistically, as long as I don't empty everything in the storage, I could set up some hidden... Dang it. I'm gonna have to go delete that. I could set up some hidden storage. I am gonna want to set up a wall over here. We are gonna want to move this up. And we are gonna want to add in some windows and other things up here. And we're already thirsty again. But yes, this looks so much better. Now, the issue is going to be this. I am going to set this right here. We're going to move this out of the way. And we're going to move to this. We'll go with a flooring here, and then we'll go with the foundations because we may have to move the walls, or I may upgrade or change the walls to stone. But for now, we'll worry about that later. We're just planning out everything, which that's gonna go right there. I think I could deal with a little bit of rock.
I am desiccating at an incredible pace.
Drink or die. Yeah, I could deal with a little bit of this. I can actually put something and make this a part of the setup here. Maybe put some signs or put some pillars or I don't know, put some stuff around it.
This counts as research, right?
We are gonna need to chop you. And I am gonna need water. Which we got some right over there.
I feel my cells rehydrate.
And we are gonna need food. Which that's something else I gotta work on. Alright. We've upgraded our base. We've got more room. We've got some stuff here. I'm just gonna slap that in here. We'll worry about that later. I am probably gonna expand a little bit over here, a little bit over there. Probably expand a little bit over this way so we can get more room. This must be in the way. Alright. Yep. Sweet. Alright, so the plan is this is going to be my little buggy garage nest right here. Then I'm gonna I'm gonna curve it, or I think I might curve it. And then we're gonna add in another story on top of it, which will be farming and growing all the resources that I need on top of that. And then from there, I don't know. It is gonna be a hell of a building project. But in the meantime, if you guys enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, I understand. Not much happened. Just a bit of building, bit of running around. Nothing else. If you guys want to see more of this series, make sure to check out my channel. If you want to see other games I played, check out the in-screen credits. That usually shows my most recent uploaded videos. If you guys want to be added on to the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain amount of time, I will add you on. It may take a long while, but I'll do it. If you guys want to be well, actually, I think I've covered most of everything, so at this point, I think I just need to let the credits finish. And from there, I'll probably start looking into either going back to a previous series or finishing up the build that I have planned for this. Either way, gonna let the credits roll out. I'm gonna have to do a butt ton of grinding. Yeah, baby. Bye-bye.